If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Yo, GMS fam, the green room. Welcome back to the GMS show. I am your host, the big black positive negro. And we are here to talk that shit. You know what time it is, man. You know we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. Shout out to everybody in the chat already, man. GMS fam, I thank y'all so much, man. Thank y'all for pulling up on me. Earth Angel Faith, Aries Baby G, Sanaa, Roz Mix, Vale from Vallejo. What's going on, GMS family? What's going on? We got some things to talk about, but before we get into that, I just want to say I hope everybody's getting to the money, getting to the goals, achieving every single last thing that they set on their goal list ever since the first day of time. All right, I'm putting all that positive energy out there. I want everybody to make it. I want everybody to succeed. What up, Queen Kels? What's going on? Very talented sister right there. Now, oh my God, it doesn't stop. Pandora's box has been opened. Now, Dave Chappelle, one of the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest stand-up comedian of all time. You can kill me and throw rocks if you want to. I don't care who's at the top of your list. He's at the top of mine. He has been the vocal point of a lot of things going on lately and hasn't been afraid to speak his mind and stand his ground. Stand on what he says. I have a lot of respect for people that stand on what they say. You know, a lot of people like to talk a lot of shit but don't really stand on it. They really bitch up when it comes down to it. But Dave Chappelle is one of those comedians who really does stand on what he says and really follows his path. Now, last night at the Hollywood Bowl during Netflix's comedy stand-up extravaganza bonanza, Dave Chappelle was up doing his thing. And towards the end of his set, some crazy motherfucking bitch decided to jump on stage and attempt to completely WCW Goldberg style tackle Dave Chappelle. Now, the reason why I said this opened up Pandora's box is because it's not rare for a comedian to be attacked on stage. But ever since the shit happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock, seems as though it's been more amplified, you know? Feels like people have found more courage to attempt to do so. And in this situation, it only brings up some points for me when it comes to how people move out here. You know, after the thing happened with Chris Rock, everybody was so sympathetic for Chris Rock, but also at the same time, there was a lot of people out there talking about Dave Chappelle, you're next. You're next, Dave, for what you said about the LGBT. Shut the fuck up. How do you call for violence to somebody while in the same breath talking about how what they do and what they say on their comedy specials brings harm to a certain community? It's because these people don't actually care. They're just fucking savages. Now, when it happened, luckily enough, Dave Chappelle was not harmed. And I'm surprised because it turns out that this person was armed. Yes, this person had a mock gun, which means he had some type of fake gun that turned into a knife. What could have happened last night was the demise of Dave Chappelle over some crazy dumbass. That's not a fan. That's a weirdo. That could have been the end of Chappelle's life right then and there. Security, you need to do a better job, and I hope Dave Chappelle holds the Hollywood Bowl accountable, because ain't no way somebody was supposed to get in there with a knife or even a replica gun. Seems crazy, right? It seems like they almost wanted some shit like that to happen. Ain't nobody getting into no public place like this, especially this secured, with a brand like Netflix hosting it or putting it together without there being heavy security there, especially after what happened at the Oscars. This seemed like this was deliberately supposed to happen. But guess what? Dave Chappelle don't roll with no suckers. He don't roll with no bitches. And these motherfuckers put the stomping of a lifetime on this nigga. Oh, they expeditiously beat the brakes off this man. I'm talking about so bad that his arm was twisted like the cap of a motherfucking Kool-Aid burst. You know how you have to twist the little caps off the Kool-Aid jammers or whatever, the shit that niggas be chewing on after they get done drinking? Yes, they twisted that man's arm like a motherfucking slinky. And I don't even think that it was somebody that just grabbed his arm and twisted. I just think he got stomped so hard that his arm just got pretzelized. Now, let me show y'all a video of what happened, man. Check this out.
Some noise for hip-hop history.
That was the attempt. He tried to run. He was met by a gang of niggas and proceeded to
kill that nigger.
I didn't. I didn't know Dave said that at the end. I didn't see that. Dave said, I'm going to kill them. Listen again.
I am going to kill that nigger.
Yeah. Hold up.
I am going to kill that nigger.
Oh, Dave is a man. Dave is ridiculous, man.
Pretty good.
This is the aftermath. Look at his arm twisted up like a fucking octopus. Look at this man. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all some of the stomping. Look at this. They put feet and hands on this nigga. Oh, they're stomping on him. It's like say, oh, they're stomping on him. It had to be the white guy named Brad, right? It had to be the white guy named Brad. They're stomping on him. Holy shit. Hold on 1 second. Just had to make sure the audio was right real quick. that fucked up my audio. As soon as somebody said, "Oh, they're stomping him." Look at this guy, man.
Pretty good.
Look at this guy.
Pretty good.
Like, what is the point of this? For one, you got mollywopped. And then on top of that, you did it to somebody like Dave Chappelle. That's not the end of your hurt. People know what you look like now. I know. You look crazy right here and shit. Look at this guy. Look what they did to him, man. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this guy. This is ridiculous. They put the beats on this nigga. Look at his eye. It's shut. Was it worth it, my G? Was it worth it? Was the clout worth it? Was it worth it for to get the reactions from the people, the small group of people that hate Dave Chappelle? What you think you gonna get lifted on a pedestal by the trans community because you ran up on stage and tried to, nah, man. You're like an idiot. You let some people rile you up. Now, some people, there's been rumors and whatnot. Oh, the guy was a LGBTQ, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, he wasn't. This was just somebody that probably got hyped up on the internet. And it's crazy because when they revealed who he was, instead of just calling this guy by his name and saying he's a crazy motherfucker, they decided to let it be known that he was an artist. That's why I hate certain media outlets, man. Because for one, everybody's a fucking artist. Everybody's a rapper. Everybody makes music. Everybody goes by some type of stage name when they haven't even done shit to even be called an artist. Stop putting that information out there. You only building up their shit. You only making them the clout guy. You only raising awareness for what they do. And there's enough people out there that supposedly hate Dave that will go and try to support this guy. We don't need that. That's a vicious cycle. That's letting people know that that this type of shit is acceptable. Now, even though he's being charged with assault with a deadly weapon, and I hope they give him the fullest extent of everything, I have to say, Dave Chappelle, you have to get your security more sharp, because that is a hell of a big ass stage. And I'll be damned if a nigga made his way to me and I pay top dollar for security, knowing damn well that there's people out there that want to harm me for the things I say. So get the security tight. Now, I want to play this part too, because this part was actually pretty dope. Jamie Foxx stepped on stage after all this happened, and he gave his flowers and his love to Dave Chappelle and said we must protect him at all costs. Listen to this.
Oh, now everybody comes out for the curtain call. Shout out to Jamie Foxx, by the way. Jamie, where you at? Jamie, hold up.
Clout came.
Make some noise for Foxx.
Security beat his ass like they needed to keep their job. I'll tell you that much. Because they know they fucked up.
Whenever you're in trouble, Jamie Foxx would show up in the sheriff's hat. Turn the mic up. Nigga, I thought that was part of the show. I don't know what the fuck is... I grabbed the back of that nigga's head. His hair was spongy. Absorbent. Listen, I just want to say, man, I've had an incredible time. This man is an absolute genius. We got to make sure we protect him at all times, man. This is what it's about. For every comedian that comes out here, man, this means everything, man. You're a genius, you're a legend. I enjoyed myself thoroughly, and we're not going to let nothing happen to you, niggas. That's right. Give it up. This is the show. Wait. Nigga, I'm back there. I've been doing this 35 years. I just stomped the nigga backstage. Always wanted to do that.
Oh man, that's a quote. We gotta play that again. What up, newbie? Newbie says security showed up late and put in overtime.
I've been doing this 35 years. I just stomped the nigga backstage. Always wanted to do that. Nigga, I'm back there squeezing this nigga too. Niggas, I seen Busta Rhymes on it. It's like, that's how you do it, God. Hey, yo, where Busta at? Busta, yo, what's up, Busta? Yo, what's up?
Hey, man. I'm a big dude. I'm a big dude. But I'll tell you right now, there's nobody in this world that want to be on the other end of a Busta Rhymes stomp. You talking about somebody who is feared by his peers to go up behind him on stage because of his energy. Please believe me, if Busta Rhymes decided to stomp you out, you will hear more than do 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 cha cha do 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 flip mode do 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 do. That's matter of fact, that's all you will hear for the rest of your life. You will have nightmares of this nigga walking down the hall in that one on that give me some more video. All you gonna see is Busta Rhymes walking at you all fast and shit, all digital and shit, legs all flopping and shit. Spliff Star behind him with a motherfucking hatchet and shit. I'm telling you. And I said it from day one. As soon as the Will Smith shit happened with Chris Rock, I said, as soon as I saw people on the internet talking about, oh, Dave Chappelle, you're next. I said, please try that with Dave. Please. I wholeheartedly want one of y'all to try this shit with Dave so he can make an example out of one of you dumb motherfuckers. And look what happened. I wish I could find a tweet right now. I tweeted it. I promise you I tweeted it. It's crazy. I remember Dave Chappelle. I don't know if y'all remember when Dave Chappelle dropped the Block Party. Dave Chappelle's Block Party. Iconic music festival, man. That needs to be counted as a music festival. But when he did that concert, there was a point in the movie where somebody came up on stage. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this, but it was some wild dude, fucking wristbands on, and he came up to freestyle Dave, but he was so hype. You could tell, like, he was so hype and so, like, he didn't know what to do. He was a little nervous or whatever, so he was just he was doing too much. He was grabbing on Dave and shit, and he called it roughing or whatever the hell he called it. But Dave said, hey, I tell jokes, but nigga, I'll get you yoked. When Dave said that, I laughed so hard because of how truthful it is. Dave is a funny dude, but don't fuck around because you will get left with your egg cracked. Have y'all ever seen what happens to an egg when it is cracked? Do you want to be yoked? I don't want to be yoked, so I ain't gonna do no stupid shit that's gonna win me stupid prizes. Trey said someone should have talked him out of this. If you look at this guy, he doesn't look like he could have been talked out of. This isn't somebody that looks like he could be talked out of doing something dumb. Looks like he's been doing dumb shit his whole life. And this was just the tip of the iceberg. Oh God, I didn't even notice that. Look at that. That must have been a Busterfoot. This was a Busterfoot that did this shit. Oh my good, look at. I didn't even realize that. I thought that the camera was distorted. No, that's a lump on his head. That's not even a baseball size, nigga. Oh my God. What size is that? That's a potato. That's a steroid potato sized lump on his head. Oh yeah, Buster did that. Buster had to do that on his head. God damn. This nigga, oh man. Also, shout out Chris Rock, because Chris Rock was in the building. And right after it happened, this is what Chris Rock did. Listen to this.
Was that Will Smith?
Did y'all catch that?
Was that Will Smith?
He said, was that Will Smith? And that is how you come out on top after being embarrassed. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. That is how you continue to win after public embarrassment. You own that shit and you run with it. You are a comedian. You tell them jokes. You laugh that shit off and you continue to make millions, brother. Shout out to Chris Rock. Funny moment, by the way. Funny moment. I'm glad he took that moment to do that, because it's like, it can happen to anybody, Chris. It can really happen to anybody. And guess what? This is how Will Smith should have ended up, but they were at the Oscars, and there's no way that this would have happened to Will Smith, because you would have had two groups of security guards and police fighting. This guy didn't have a leg to stand on. Matter of fact, he didn't have a leg or arm to stand on. Look at this. Look. Pretzeled this nigga. Oh, I hope he learned a lesson, man. I hope he learned a valuable lesson. This is the type of shit that I love to see, because people don't understand, man. This clout game is crazy. And people honestly do not think before they do shit. They don't. There was not a thought in the world from this guy before he stepped on that stage. But hey, this is life. Stupid people exist. Now the bigger question is, man, what is this gonna do for comedy? What do y'all think, man? What do y'all think this is gonna, cause like I said, when I say this opened up Pandora's box, it's not because I'm saying more people are just gonna attack people on stage. Well, I mean, yeah, I kinda am saying that, but I'm also saying that like it's amplified in a way to the point where it's not like those instances in the past. This has always happened over the years, but now these things are starting to go viral. These things were getting caught on tape like that, and they weren't going viral like that. Nobody really paid attention to when comics were attacked on stage like that. Now that these things are going viral and that a lot of people are seeing it happen, it's giving people ideas now. And I'm just glad that in the midst of this starting to become what could have been a trend, somebody got made an example out of. And that needed to happen. It needed to happen. That man had to look like a lumped up fool. He had to look like a lumped up ass motherfucker for this to actually come into fruition. And I can't wait to hear the jokes Dave got for this shit. He said the man's hair was soft. It was real spongy. He grabbed the back of his head. And it's like, imagine you getting stumped out and like you look up, you see Dave, he's stomping you. You look up, you see Jamie Foxx, he's stomping you. You look up again and you see Busta Rhymes. Boom. Oh. A plethora of feet. Feet and hands. I enjoy comedy for the fact that it can be real, it can be raw, it can be authentic, and you can relate to a lot of it. Everybody loves to laugh, man, which is why I still to this day don't understand how fucking sensitive people have gotten to the point where you can go to a comedy show where you know jokes are about to be told and get offended. It's like walking into McDonald's and being mad that they sell a Big Mac. That Big Mac on your menu? Oh my, that is offensive. Are you really gonna have a Big Mac on your menu here, McDonald's? Huh? The blasphemy. That is intolerant and it's hamburger phobic. That sounded crazy, right? What the fuck I just said? That sounded wild. But that's how people sound to me when they get offended by jokes. You go to a comedy show to expect jokes, not expect to be catered to and coddled. What are we going to do about this, man? How do comedians fight back against this type of weird behavior? That's what I want to know. Let me read some of y'all comments, man. Anarchy said that fool gonna make out like a bandit by selling a shirt he got stumped out in and will probably make at least $1 million. Nah, niggas gonna look at him like a clown. Trust me. You try to sell that shirt on eBay, niggas gonna clown you. He's better off selling his head pus from getting stumped out by But this is the head pus that's left over from a big ass knot on my head by Busta Rhymes. Ty Ward said, mad that it don't come with the toy in the display case. What up, Romance Unlimited? Anarchy said, this footprint right here, nigga. This footprint right here, nigga. This a bus footprint, nigga. He said, too bad he couldn't give Dave. And you know what? Let me say something, man, because I think Dave is one of those people that will like end up. Of course, he's going to end up forgiving this guy. He's probably going to find out that the guy is dealing with some mental issues and be like, oh, okay, whatever. Or at least he's going to say he dealt with some mental issues or some shit. I don't know. But Dave's the type of person where he's gonna forgive the guy. Dave isn't one of those people that he doesn't shit on people forever unless you really did him dirty over the past. And even then, it's like he'll still come to terms and be easy with you. If I was him, I would have never fucked with Comedy Central or any of those people again, but they owed that man that money. He had to get that shit. He said, I guess he sold his brains before the show. Jordan said security need to step their game up. That's what a lot of people are saying, man. Security did a horrible job at first. But like my nigga Newbie said, they came late, but they put in overtime. And I'd rather the person that came on stage to attack me leave in a ambulance with his arm twisted than to be mad that motherfuckers didn't protect me right away. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens. It happens. They can't be everywhere at once, but they do need to step their game up and keep their eyes on the prize. I think, some security gets laxed after years of things actually not happening. I don't think Dave has ever been ran up on stage. I don't think anybody has ever really did something like that. But like I said, I know after tonight, they definitely gonna be on lock. If I was Dave, I'd be like, all right, everybody is getting docked $200 for the next couple weeks. I need to make sure I got the right people around me. Y'all niggas getting docked $200. I need to see who's really here for me. Ain't no way. You say he had the Color Money security crew. Now, I think it's important that the comedy community stands together on this, which they always do. Anybody from the outside that has anything to say about anybody in the comedy community, they tend to have, that comedy family have their back. It's without saying when it comes to Dave Chappelle because of how much respect that he does have amongst his peers. I just think that this is something that was spearheaded by the trans community that hate Dave. And I'm being specific about this so that people don't come on here thinking I'm being transphobic, homophobic, hateful, anything like that. I'm specifically speaking to the people that hate Dave. And specifically the trans community, because they are the ones that spearheaded the hate for Dave without having to actually listen to what Dave was saying. There's so much common sense behind it that it's actually disgusting that people will take a narrative and run with it. But it's 2022. People been doing that for years already on social media. That's what they like to do. Some people like to be mad. Some people like to be outraged and triggered on social media. For real. It's something enjoyable about that, because when you don't have shit going on in your life, when you're bored as fuck, you ain't got shit to look forward to at all. What is it that you see the most bored? It's funny because we know a lot of people in real life that we see on the internet always talking shit or always saying some crazy shit, and be like, we know you in real life. You ain't got shit going on. You find entertainment out this shit. Dave told these people, I don't hate you. I'm jealous. Because somehow y'all have found a way to be heard. Meanwhile, black people have been trying for years, decades, centuries, and motherfuckers still looking at us like, huh? What? What are you talking about? I don't see that. But see, the very reason as to why the LGBTQ community has been so heard and understood over the years is the same exact reason why people don't listen or hear out or understand black people, is because they don't want to. Any excuse in the world to ignore black people in any type of way of anything that they go through, they'll do it. Even when it comes to supporting a group, a whole other group, and putting all their needs and wants first and foremost and bringing everything to fruition for them, whether it be the LGBTQ community or the Asian community or anything like that. It's always an excuse. Just like the excuse of when they bring, and I know this is going to go on a little bit of a tangent, but it just makes sense because whenever something happens to a black person by the hands of police or government officials, whatever, the first excuse is, oh, well, black people kill black people, black on black crime. But if I'm not hearing nobody talk about white on white crime, why the fuck are you telling me about black on black crime? People talk about black on black crime as if crime only happens in projects in the hood with black people, as if the shit don't happen in trailer parks either. Why is there no quote unquote white on white crime in trailer parks? I'm sure that shit happens there, right? I'll be 99.9% sure that violence happens in trailer parks all across America between white individuals, but not once have we heard about white on white crime. So I'm just saying there's a lot of ways to deflect and to really discredit black people, and Dave Chappelle having to put it in a way to where it can be universally understood not only is a hard task, but he did it, and people still was like, oh, you're homophobic, you're transphobic, oh, you hate trans people. I'm stupid as shit. There's no more clearer way to put it than how he said, or how he posed the question, why is it easier for Bruce Jenner to change his name to Caitlyn Jenner than it was for Cassius Clay to turn into Muhammad Ali? Do you think that was a question that was based around transsexuals? No. That was a question based around race and how people view white people opposed to viewing black people. Simple, very simple. I mean, it's actually sickening that somebody can hear that example as to what he's talking about. Like, imagine somebody be like, yo, what do you mean by this, Dave? Are you coming at the LGBTQ community? Are you being transphobic? And Dave being like, no, I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing. I actually have love for you guys. I'm trying to tell you that you guys have had it so much more, not easier. Well, you know what? Fuck that. You have had it much more easier to be heard and understood in this country than black people, period. Simple. Straight up. And it's gotten so out of hand that when somebody says the sentence that I just said, they are looked at as hateful. They are looked at as bigots or transphobic or homophobic. When it's simply the facts. If you look at America and look how things have turned out. Yes, I'm glad that people are starting to see equality, but they got to see it here too. They got to see it here too. What is so hard to see that? And it's crazy because most of the people over there waving rainbow flags are a lot of the same people that be marching at Black Lives Matter rallies. Which also lets me know that a lot of that shit is performative. A lot of this shit is performative. A lot of it is just to cope with the fact that you white and having to live in a country that is as fucked up as this place. And you don't want to deal with the accountability of being white. So what you do is you go to these Black Lives Matter rallies to show that you stand in solidarity with black people, when in reality, it's only just to make yourself feel better. Only to reassure the fact that you aren't racist. And then have somebody like Dave Chappelle tell you the real about what's going on when it comes to black people and the not even miscommunication, but the differences in how black people are treated and the wants and the needs of black people in this country and how they're being taken and how they're being viewed compared to other groups out here who are quote unquote disenfranchised. And it's crazy because that's another reason why I feel like those certain the people that were put in place to run the Black Lives Matter organization was put there on purpose, because they knew that at the end of the day, it'll be an easier way to discredit that movement off of these people's morals and what their actual agenda was than to take some people that actually gave a damn about black lives and putting them at the forefront. It's no secret that Dave Chappelle is being looked at the way that he's being looked at because of the way that he has been speaking. A lot of people out here in society don't talk with common sense. A lot of people don't have it. A lot of people take their ideas and their words and the way that they think from what they see on social media. A lot of these people can't think for themselves. If you put majority of these motherfuckers on the internet that sit there and talk the way that they do on social media, put them in a room live and turn on the fucking camera, these niggas will be silent, don't know what the fuck to do. Wouldn't know what to think for themselves. They'll probably try to pick up their phone. I don't need a script. I'm not reading no script right now. I do a live show every week for about an hour each show, off script. It's been over a year. What you are seeing in the flesh is somebody who thinks for themselves and speaks for themselves and don't need social media or any headlines to think for me. So I go through those phases of, oh, Black Lives Matter is here. Cool. I like this shit. Oh, wow. They have an organization tight to, oh, this kind of looks weird. I don't see no money going to the community to, oh, it looks like these people have a different agenda to, oh, shit. I see what's going on. I'd be damned if I was seeing the signs and reading the signs and still being the type of person, well, you know what? Fuck that. I stand with the organization. No, I stand with my people. I stand with black people. I stand with giving a fuck about black people. It seems like damn near every organization that tends to make millions of dollars loses their way completely. And I'm tired of us mindlessly following these fucking groups that ain't got our best interests. You have to have your best interests. You and your family. You have to stop getting your ideas from social media and start forming your own. Start looking at shit for what it is. Ain't no left or right. Those are two different groups trying to control the masses. Please believe me. These niggas sit in the same rooms every week, plotting on how they can do this, do X, Y, and Z. Meanwhile, having the general public fight over who's on the left and who's on the right, who's conservative, who's liberal, who's Republican, who's Democrat. Who gives a flying motherfuck? And those are some of the most brainwashed individuals in the world. I want y'all to stop claiming these parties, man. Stop claiming the parties. Stop thinking that these people are here to save you. They are here to use you. They are here to take. They are not here to give. Every single year, every single time there's a new president in office, everybody talks about the same grievances and everything that they don't get and everything that they ask for that is never here, everything that is promised that is never ever put out forth into the fucking world. It's because all these people have the same agendas. I did not vote. Stop looking at me like a fucking idiot because I didn't vote. Because guess what? Biden got in office and niggas is complaining. The fuck are we talking about? Niggas still complaining. Biden is in office and niggas hate him. What are we talking about? Stop putting your trust in these politicians. That AOC lady, she was on a good run till she put on a goddamn dress with words on it talking about some free the children or some shit, or putting kids in cages. The fuck was what? Who the fuck puts that on a dress? You have millions of followers and a bunch of influence. All you had to do was tweet that shit, goofy. The fuck did you put it on? It's performative. Everything is performative. These niggas put on kufis and fucking dashikis and sat on one knee during the George Floyd shit. Kumbaya, my black ass. That shit didn't make me feel good. All these people want is your best interest. They don't look out for your best interest. They want your best interest, which means they want you to look out for them. Support me, vote for me, put me in office, make me rich, and I'll get you everything that you want. You know how fucking crazy that sounds? Let me put it in perspective for you. While you're sitting here as an individual hoping that this one person does something for you, this one person isn't just working for you, they're working for everybody. So when you listen to them say what they're gonna do for you, they're not just talking to you. These motherfuckers are pimping your ear to get what they want. People will look at me crazy if I stood in front of a crowd of 10,000 people and said, I'm going to do everything y'all want. What do you want? And I listen to everybody and they put, matter of fact, I said, put 10 things on a list of paper and put it in a box and pass it to the front. I promise you I'll get it done. Vote for me. People will look at me crazy, right? So why the fuck do we do that for these niggas? And I wish somebody would try to bring up more intricate facts or anything that people try to. No, there's nothing more intricate about it. There's nothing more detailed about the situation. There's no special plot to just achieve goals for everybody in America. No, it's all for self. So when somebody, see, this is full circle. It's full circle for a reason. So when somebody like Dave Chappelle gets attacked on stage, I feel some type of way about it, because that's a person who genuinely says what the fuck he means and doesn't do nothing that he says he's not going. He does everything he says he's going to do. He's not going to steer you wrong. If there was anybody you would vote for anything, if there was anybody to come out and run for office and say that they was going to do X, Y, and Z for the people, that is somebody I would believe because of his track record. Most of these motherfuckers that get into office that want to be politicians, presidents, governors, mayors, you don't know shit about their track record. You don't know nothing about what they actually accomplished because they didn't do shit yet but tell you what they was going to do. And because they're so good at speaking and because they're so good at pimping people's ears, they get put in positions. Oh, Jordan, thank you. Thank you. Jordan Henley said people got played on the student loans. Yes. Let me tell you something. While Biden's old, dirty, sleeping on the job, bird shitting on his left shoulder having ass is sitting there sending $33 billion to Ukraine, he's still sitting over there contemplating whether or not he wants to forgive student loan debt. How much do these people really give a fuck about us? I wonder. Vote for Biden. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. Goofy ass. Look, man, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that. I had some things to get off my chest. But no, we gonna have these conversations a lot more, man. I think it's about time, because you know what? I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you motherfuckers. Ever since them bitch ass niggas decided to try to attack my channel and get myself demonetized, I don't give a fuck about saying certain shit on this shit. So what we gonna continue to do is keep it real and continue to speak facts and continue to stand on what the fuck we say, because that's what the fuck we do, while also pushing positivity and also pushing good vibes and also making sure that everybody's doing good, because this is a GMS family. This ain't no fans. This ain't no none of that. This is GMS family, and we're gonna keep having these conversations. We're gonna keep thinking freely, and we're gonna keep supporting one another, because that's what the fuck we do. And with that said, first things first, man. At the end of this live, I want to see who the first person is to leave a comment under the video. As soon as this live ends, put a comment under the video. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if you are feeling generous. I would most appreciate it. Put GMS in the comments. I'm about to shout everybody out. It's been a really good episode, and I got love for every single one of y'all, man, that pulled up on me today and showed love. Everybody in the chat, man. Put a GMS in the chat. Let's get it. Shout out to Arius Baby G, Joe Blast, Anarchy 69, Ty Ward, Jordan Henley, Love Lace, Vale from Vallejo, Earth Angel Faith, Simo, Half Baked Herb. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do as soon as I get out of here, man, because niggas got maintenance coming by. We can't smoke right now. So you know what I'm finna do? I'm finna roll up and go outside. The sun is shining. It's time to go outside and kick it, man. It's about 60 degrees. Theodora NYC, Marcus Jenkins, Dip Levine, Ted B, Trey 979, Romance Unlimited, Glittery Bubbles. What's going on, GMS fam? I appreciate. Oh yeah, 62. 62 in Minnesota. Yeah. I'm finna go outside like it's 80. I'm finna take my shirt off and show my man titties. Who got the t-shirt last time? Oh, shout out to my guy Amir. Amir won the t-shirt on the last show. So that means we got another round coming up next week. Keep leaving those comments under the videos after the live is over, but I'm gonna be giving away some shit every week, man. So as long as y'all support, I'm gonna support y'all. Shout out Ace of Spades. We had a great episode today, man. Like I said, follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Get the cash out today if you're feeling generous. Leave a comment on the video when we gone. GMS fam, the green room. Smoke something today, man. Enjoy yourself. Be proud of yourself. Spread that love. Spread that positivity. Keep that green mind state. One love. We out.